So this month was my last board meeting as chair of NHS Birmingham and Solihull, ICB. I'll be finishing my role at the end of September. From the 1st of October, the new chair will start, and that will be Danielle I just want to personally congratulate Danielle in her appointment as the new cluster chair. She's very familiar in working in both systems. She's been chairs in both the Black Country and also in Vernon and Solihull, and I think she'll be in a good pair of hands taking forward the work of the ICB as well. I've been really proud to be chair of the ICB. I've been chair for nearly 3 years. I was first appointed as a non-executive director, and I was actually the first non-executive director to be appointed with a particular remit around health inequalities. I've seen what we've done as ICB from our inception in 2022. We're one of the few ICBs in the countries to have consistently balanced our books over the last few years, but also we've done some fantastic, and that's reflected the nature of our system leadership approach, working with the NHS family in Birmingham and Solihull, also in partnership with our two local authority organisations, Birmingham City Council and Solihull Metropolitan Council, and also particularly working with staff, patient groups as well. We've done some great work to try and narrow that health inequalities gap, but obviously there is more work that needs to be done. But I'm really proud of our achievements, and I hope that legacy will be built into the new cluster as we move forward. There are a number of highlights that I've been reflecting on as I come to the end of my tenure. The first one I can think of is establishing the Future Spheres Fund. Again, we're probably one of the very few ICB systems in the country to have allocated over £20 million, where we've worked in partnership with both Birmingham City Council and Solihull in the distribution of money with a clear focus and remit around tackling health inequalities. We have funded a whole range of grassroots third sector organisations who are doing really fantastic work in actually many ways trying to deliver some of the key things that we see that's important around tackling health inequalities in Birmingham and Solihull as well. And I'm very proud of that work. That money will still continue as we move into the new cluster, and on top of that we are doing lots of evaluation to measure how we can use that money effectively for the future as well. Another highlight is in 2023 we actually developed our first strategy around health inequalities. We've had other strategies since then, but that strategy identified 6 key areas where we can make a difference in tackling poor life expectancy and to bridge that gap around better health outcomes. That has also been reflected in working with Birmingham Race Impact Group, where we've looked at the issue of racial inequalities as part of the work around health inequalities as well, where we've signed up to 19 pledges around issues around workforce, tackling health inequalities and commissioning. One of the pieces of work that I'm also proud of is the work around social value. So in all, we spend £1 billion a year in various procurement contracts. And we've been able to build in social value into those contracts, which means that suppliers, not only do they get NHS contracts, but also they make a commitment and a pledge to help us tackle health inequalities by either supporting our strategies as well as funding and supporting those community organisations on the ground that's making a difference. We need to deliver for our populations of Birmingham and Solihull. They have expectations of the NHS family to deliver the services that they want, and quite rightly too. And that's going to be the focus, even more so as we move forward, especially as we approach winter. So the survey results show a real marked improvement from last year. 8 of the 9 metrics, there's been a major improvement, particularly around GP access for making appointments and using the NHS app as well, which is great. We also recognise that we've got more work still to do around that digital divide. Not everyone can use the NHS app, so we've got a piece of work to do, how we can build that confidence and support people to use the opportunities of making appointments online, and also different alternative ways how they can reach their GPs. I just want to thank the exec team led by David Melbourne. I want to also acknowledge my non-executive directors who have played a key role in holding the board and the organisation to account. So I want to thank their their contribution as well. I want to acknowledge our system partners who are board members, representing UHB, the Mental Health Trust, the Community Trust, both local authorities, the GPs, Health Watch as well. I just want to acknowledge them for their support and challenge over the last few years. But particularly I want to also acknowledge the staff at the ICB. I've spent time to get to know staff in the office. I just want to say to you, in this period of uncertainty and change, you are talented, you are resourceful, and whatever comes out in terms of changes and restructures, you know, you've made a real contribution to the lives of the citizens and patients of Birmingham and Solihull. I want to personally salute you in your endeavours in making us probably one of the best ICBs in the country.